Hello students, today I am going to discuss part 3 of molecular basis of inheritance. In this part we will discuss about the deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA. First we will discuss the history of DNA. It was first identified by Friedrich Mischer in 1869. He named it as nuclein. In 1953, double helix structure of DNA was given by James Watson and Francis Crick. Based on X-ray diffraction data produced by the Morris Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin's. Location: in prokaryotic cell, DNA occurs in cytoplasm and is the component of prochromosome and plasmids. In eukaryotic cells, DNA is largely confined to the nucleus. A small quantity of DNA also occurs in mitochondria and plastids. Chemical composition: DNA is a polymer of large number of nucleotides molecules joined together into a linear unbranched chain. So DNA is a polymer of nucleotide, and nucleotides are made up of phosphate, plus sugar, deoxyribose sugar, and nitrogenous bases. So all these three components together forms this nucleotide. Each deoxyribonucleotide consists of three different molecules. First is phosphate. This phosphate is derived from phosphoric acid, a 5-carbon deoxyribose sugar. Here you can see this one is the deoxyribose sugar which is present in the DNA, and next is the ribose. The difference between ribose and deoxyribose is that at carbon second there is only hydrogen is present, and in ribose at carbon second OH, one extra O is present. This oxygen is not here at carbon second of deoxyribose sugar. That's why it is known as deoxyribose. Third component is the nitrogenous bases. They are of two types, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are double ring structures, and the types of purines are adenine and guanine. Pyrimidine are single ring structure, and there are three types of pyrimidine: thymine, cytosine, and uracil. All these four, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, they are found in DNA, but uracil replaces thymine in RNA. Here you can see this is the structure of a nucleotide. This is the phosphate. Here sugar, a pentose deoxyribose sugar is present, and this is the nitrogenous base. So a nucleotide is made up of three components: phosphate, sugar, and nitrogenous base. Here in this structure you also can see that phosphate is attached to the carbon fifth of deoxyribose sugar, and nitrogenous bases, they are attached to the carbon number 1 of deoxyribose sugar. The alternating sugar and phosphate components form the backbone of the DNA. In each chain, phosphate group attached to the carbon atom at fifth of one sugar in one nucleotide by phosphodiester bond to the hydroxyl component of the carbon atom at position 3rd of the sugar in the next nucleotide. Here you can see that this structure is the nucleotide. This is first nucleotide, then this one is the second nucleotide. In these two nucleotides, phosphate group is attached to the carbon 5th of this nucleotide and carbon 3rd hydroxyl group of the carbon 3rd of the next nucleotide. And these bonds with which it is attached to the deoxyribose sugar is the phosphodiester bond. यहाँ जो फॉस्फेट ग्रुप है ये एक न्यूक्लियोटाइड के डीऑक्सीराइबोज शुगर के 5th कार्बन से अटैच होता है और दूसरे न्यूक्लियोटाइड के कार्बन 3rd पर जो हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप प्रेजेंट है उससे अटैच होता है और जिस बॉन्ड के जरिए ये हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप से अटैच होता है उसको हम फॉस्फोडाइस्टर बॉन्ड कहते हैं. The acidity to the nucleic acid is provided by this phosphate group. The nitrogenous bases are joined to sugar molecule at carbon 1 by glycosidic bond. Here you can see that this is the carbon 1 of deoxyribose sugar and this one is the nitrogenous base. This nitrogenous base is attached to the carbon 1 of the deoxyribose sugar and this bond is known as glycosidic bond. Few points are very important that nitrogenous bases are attached to the deoxyribose sugar with the help of glycosidic bond and the phosphate group is attached to the deoxyribose sugar with the help of this phosphodiester bond. Nitrogenous base is attached to the carbon 1 of the deoxyribose sugar and the phosphate is attached to the carbon 5th of deoxyribose sugar of one nucleotide and carbon 3rd of next nucleotide. Nitrogen 9 of purine and nitrogen 1 or pyrimidine are attached to the carbon 1 of deoxyribose sugar. Here you can see that this is the nitrogen 9. Nitrogen 9 is present here of purine. It is attached to the carbon 1 of deoxyribose sugar. Purine का nitrogen 9 deoxyribose sugar के carbon 1 से अटैच होता है और pyrimidine का nitrogen 1 deoxyribose sugar के carbon 1 से अटैच होता है. The two deoxyribonucleotide chain are held together by hydrogen bonds between paired bases and two stacks by van der Waals forces. Here you can see that this is the one strand of DNA and this one is the another strand of DNA. So there are two strands of backbone of the DNA. They are joined together with each other by hydrogen bond. Here you can see that there are two hydrogen bonds present between adenine and thymine and 3 hydrogen bonds are present between cytosine and guanine. So these two backbone of double-stranded DNA are attached with each other with the help of hydrogen bonds. Adenine of one chain joined to the thymine of the other chain with the help of 2 hydrogen bonds and cytosine is joined to the guanine of the other chain by 3 hydrogen bonds. Here 3 hydrogen bonds are present between cytosine and guanine, and 2 hydrogen bonds are present, adenine and thymine. Next is the Watson-Crick model of DNA. J.D. Watson and F.H.C. Crick suggested a model of DNA molecule to explain its structure. DNA molecule consists of 2 long parallel chains coiled spirally around a common axis to form a double helix. Here you can see that there are 2 chains, first and second. There are 2 chains which runs parallel to each other, and they coiled around each other to form a double helical structure. Vertical bars of the double helix are joined together by purine and pyrimidine by hydrogen bonds. Here in this figure you can see that this is the adenine, a nitrogenous base of this chain, and this one is the thymine, then cytosine and guanine. Here thymine and adenine, then guanine and cytosine. These 2 strands, they are joined together with each other with the help of the hydrogen bonds formed between the adenine and thymine. Between adenine and thymine there are 2 hydrogen bonds are present, and between cytosine and guanine there are 3 hydrogen bonds are present. Adenine always pairs with thymine and cytosine always pairs with guanine. 2 chains held together by short crossbars at regular intervals. The double helix has a constant diameter of 20 angstrom along its entire length. So the diameter of this entire helix is 20 angstrom. So this diameter is 20 angstrom. Its one complete turn is 34 angstrom long and has 10 base pairs. The successive base pairs are 3.4 angstrom apart. This is one turn. From here to here, this is one turn, and the length of the one turn is 3.4 nanometer or 34 angstrom. There are 10 stacks of base pairs present in one complete turn, and the distance between the 2 stacks of base pair is 3.4 angstrom. यहाँ पर जो 2 हेलिक्स हैं, द डबल हेलिकल स्ट्रक्चर, इसका जो डायमीटर है वो 20 एंगस्ट्रॉम है. वन कंप्लीट टर्न की जो लेंथ है वो 34 एंगस्ट्रॉम है. एक कंप्लीट टर्न में 10 बेस पेयर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. ये एक बेस पेयर है, 2 बेस पेयर है, 3 है, इस तरह से यहाँ पर 10 बेस पेयर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. क्योंकि एक कंप्लीट टर्न की पूरी लेंथ 34 एंगस्ट्रॉम है और इसमें 10 बेस पेयर्स प्रेजेंट हैं, तो 2 बेस पेयर के बीच का जो डिस्टेंस होगा वो 3.4 एंगस्ट्रॉम होगा. द मेजर ग्रूव इज अबाउट 22 एंगस्ट्रॉम and the minor groove is about 12 angstrom wide. This one is the minor groove, and the length of this minor groove is 12 angstrom, and this is the major groove and it is of 22 angstrom. The helix is generally right-handed, that is, the turns clockwise along the helical axis.